Well, here we are on Wednesday afternoon, and we're seeing a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity out there across parts of North Georgia, mainly north of that I-20 corridor. In this update, we're going to be talking a lot about the shower and thunderstorm activity that we are seeing for Wednesday afternoon, and then what we're going to be expecting here as we head throughout the next few days. It has been a wet past week here across North Georgia. Is that going to be enough to push back the drought? And then also talking a little bit about the tropics as well. So answering all of those questions throughout the next 15 minutes here. And let's start off talking a little bit, though, about what we've had so far for today. You know, we started off Wednesday with a little bit of cloud cover out there. You can see that in the time lapse as we look towards Midtown and downtown. Still dealing with a little bit of cloud cover out there, and we're also going to be seeing a little bit more in the way of shower and thunderstorm activity as we head throughout this afternoon. Now, that is not impacting the Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport as of about 2:30. No impacts out there, and it's dry at 2:30, but it's not going to be staying that way all throughout the rest of today. Very soupy air mass still across our region. Dew points in the 60s and 70s, and you see the temperatures, they're in the 80s, so it feels much hotter, feeling more like it's into the 90s across the region. And we're going to stay with that heat as we head throughout this afternoon, with the exception of those that end up seeing a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity. Now, the 11 Alive app can always give you a live look at the radar whenever you're on the go. Don't forget to download that to your smartphone, because you can see the live look at the radar. You can get an update on the forecast, which that is the forecast, by the way, showing that we will be having some shower and thunderstorm activity here as we head throughout the middle to latter part of the afternoon. We're already seeing some of that, but it kind of ramps up in coverage there as we head throughout the latter part of the afternoon and into the early part of the evening. Temperatures outside right now at 87 for Atlanta. And you see there at the bottom of the phone on the screen there, you can upload weather wow moments so we can share your photos on air, and then also you can watch our newscast live from your mobile device, which can be really helpful whenever the power goes out during strong storms. Also, don't forget to download our app to their Roku and Fire TV devices. I know some of y'all are actually watching from that right now. Download that 11 Alive Plus app when you get a chance. So for your dog walking forecast tonight and into tomorrow, this is what we're looking at. Looks like we got yellow paws all the way down the screen there, and the reason why is because we're going to be having some chances for rain overnight. So not the best dog walking weather, but at least it won't be too hot. They're in the 80s there around 8 p.m. You notice by the time we head throughout tonight, temperatures do fall to the 70s. I featured my dog today because this is the first time we're doing the dog walking forecast here. But send me in a photo of your dog. Go over to Meteorologist Andrew Wilson's Facebook page, share a photo of your dog, and I would love to share it for next week's dog walking forecast. That's my little dog Ollie there, hanging out in some flowers up towards Woodstock. So, after all those dog walking forecasts and everything, let's talk a little bit about the radar this afternoon. That's for Wednesday afternoon, just around 2:30. Notice that we are seeing some shower and thunderstorm activity. This is mainly north of the Atlanta metro. We're talking all the way up towards Dahlonega into Gainesville, stretching down through Canton, and even areas closer on towards Dallas, we're seeing some shower and thunderstorm activity. And you see, it's not just for us. Across much of the southeast, we're dealing with showers and storms. Over towards Mississippi, a severe thunderstorm warning there along the I-55 corridor. And we also have some more shower and thunderstorm activity up into portions of Alabama. Notice down towards the northern Gulf, still dealing with a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity too from that system that had that low chance for tropical development. It's even a lower chance now, and we're going to talk about the tropics coming up in just a moment. Now for today, on Wednesday, we do have a marginal risk for severe weather. That's a level 1 out of 5, so it means that we may get an isolated storm or two that could go severe, similar to what they're dealing with over in Mississippi right now. As we head into Thursday, though, the risk dips further down to the south. Going to be really for areas closer on to Macon and even into middle Georgia and southern Georgia. And we're just going to be dealing with a few isolated showers and storms here as we head throughout the day there on Thursday here for northern Georgia. So not really going to be as much of a severe risk, but something, of course, we're going to continue to keep an eye on. If we do get any severe thunderstorms for today and into tomorrow, the main risk is going to be damaging wind. So that's going to be what we keep a close eye on. Here's how it's going to pan out in the timeline. Once we get to about 4:30 p.m., notice the shower and thunderstorm activity starting to impact that Atlanta metro. Yes, the evening commute may be impacted by some of these showers and storms. By the time we get to 9 p.m., though, things start to really calm down, seeing a lot less in the way of shower coverage, but I think we're still going to be having some isolated showers and storms here and there, even through 9 p.m. Overnight, though, especially closer on towards midnight, rain chances are going to really go down. We're talking less than a 20% chance even at times. And by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, maybe an isolated shower here or there. but rain chances will go up as we head into the afternoon there on Thursday. Look at 5:30 p.m. Scattered showers and storms going to be possible. Much of the thunderstorm activity, though, is staying down to our south, even south of Macon, Georgia. So we'll keep an eye on these showers and storms, but they're not going to be as much of an impact for us there throughout the day on Thursday. Much of it stays south of the Atlanta metro, maybe just clipping areas like Thomaston and Edenton. Moving into Friday, 6:30 a.m., 60s and 70s out there. Not a bad start to the day for Friday. A little bit of light shower activity possible too. And then, yes, another day where isolated showers and storms are possible. The good news is, though, the rain chances will be going down a little bit. You see the 50% chance for rain in for Thursday. Once we head into Friday and Saturday, just a 30% chance. That's going to be mainly for the afternoon both days. And then you see we bump back up those rain chances by just a bit as we head into as we head into Sunday and Monday. Temperatures, they are going to be kind of just below average for this time of year. We should be right at 90 degrees. We'll be sitting in those mid to upper 80s, so it's still going to be pretty hot and humid despite the fact that we have that little bit of rainfall that could cool us off at times each afternoon. And we're going to see a good amount of rain accumulate. Let me bump it back to that. We need this rainfall. Remember, we've been dealing with drought conditions. And look at how much rain we're going to see accumulate here over the next 7 days. For the Atlanta metro, we're talking anywhere from about a half an inch to an inch of rainfall. Some areas there into the North Georgia mountains, we could be talking about even up to 2 inches of rain over the next week. That's rain that we need, and we could see even that similar amount of rainfall closer on down towards our neighbors, down towards Columbus there, down the Chattahoochee River. So good rain, much needed. Let's hope that we can start to fill up these rain gauges a little bit more. Even though we did get a lot of rain last weekend, it wouldn't hurt to get a little bit more of a surplus because some spots are still behind. I'm going to show that to y'all in just a moment. Notice the drought monitor still showing that we have moderate to severe drought. Severe drought located for areas just east of Athens, getting closer on just over to Elberton and Hartwell, seeing severe drought. You see severe drought also up into portions of Gilmer County, stretching down through Juneau. Going to continue to see this be on the screen through Thursday at least. Thursday, though, every Thursday, the drought monitor updates their map. And when we see that update this week, I think we're going to see a huge improvement with much less areas showing in drought conditions. And the reason why is because of all the rain that we saw last weekend. Thanks to all the rain we had last weekend, we've seen our totals for rain by month and for the normal year to date go up for Atlanta. Notice that we're up to 29.49 inches so far for the year. Our normal year to date is 27.77. We're doing pretty good for the month of July, even though we haven't hit that average for the month just yet. Cartersville is also sitting above their normal year-to-date rainfall. Looking at Gainesville, they are behind. So that lets you know areas north and east up the I-85 corridor of the Atlanta metro, they need more rainfall. They don't need more rain in Georgia's Rome, where they've had up to 30 inches, more than 30 inches of rain now so far this year. And then you see Athens. They're actually more than 3 inches behind their normal year-to-date. So they really do need a little bit more rainfall. And we talked about it earlier. Atlanta's doing just fine. We're above. Covington is also above. So some areas hurting on the rain, some areas need more, and those areas that are still hurting, need more rainfall rather, well, they're going to get a lot of chances throughout this next week, with the best chances for rain coming in the next 7 days for Wednesday, for today, and into Thursday. That's where we have a 50 to 60% chance for rain. Moving into Friday and Saturday, we'd like to see some drier conditions for the weekend. We're going to get kind of drier. 30% chances for rain there for Saturday. Only a 40% chance in for Sunday, so a majority of us will stay dry. And then Monday and Tuesday, keeping with that 40% chance for rain, and those temperatures, they stay in the 80s all week. That's nice to see because that's below average all throughout the next 7 days. We have not had 5 days in a row bring below average highs yet for 2022. If we stay below average for today, then we will end up having 5 days in a row with normal highs below average, or below our high temperatures below our average rather. So let's hope that we can keep those temperatures down, but I think we may just barely squeeze out a 90-degree temperature. It's possible as we head throughout this afternoon, considering the fact that we're already sitting in those mid to upper 80s. So let's talk a little bit about that 8 to 14 day outlook. We talked about the 7-day forecast. I love to talk about how we have above average rainfall possible and below average temperatures as we head throughout that 8 to 14 day time frame throughout the end of the month of July. That's what we're looking at here. Looks like we're going to stay on that trend of above average temperatures. That's going to be possible, or above average rainfall and above average temperatures rather. You see above average temperatures returning. That means that we could be having some lower to mid 90s back in the forecast, hot conditions there, and that's something we'll continue to keep an eye on. Now that system that the National Hurricane Center was keeping an eye on has a 0% chance for tropical development now. So the latest update from the National Hurricane Center basically showing there's no chance for tropical development over the next 5 days. We like to see that. You know, the past few hurricane seasons have been so impactful, especially for the Gulf of Mexico, and we need to have a quieter season so people can rebuild and also just get a break from how active the tropical season was. Alex, Bonnie, and Colin all showing that that we had those names earlier on this year. But as we head into the rest of the year, the next name that we would get if we ended up getting a name storm would be Danielle. So we still have a while to go in hurricane season 2. The peak of the season doesn't usually occur until those last 2 weeks of August, first 2 weeks of September. That's typically when we have the most activity out there in the Atlantic Basin. And then the season doesn't end until we get to November 30th. So still a lot of time to go throughout hurricane season. We'll continue to keep you updated on everything, of course, right here at 11 Alive. For those weekend getaways, maybe you're thinking something tropical, maybe something like Destin, Florida. Well, you're not going to have to deal with the tropical system, but you may be dealing with a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity. So for this weekend, if you're doing any traveling, maybe trying to get the kids out of the house before school starts in August, going to be temperatures in the 80s down towards that Emerald Coast in Destin, showers and thunderstorms possible. Maybe you want to go head up to the mountains, though, in Gatlinburg. Still temperatures in the 80s, and you see the shower and storms. It's not just going to be us here in Atlanta and northern Georgia as a whole that are dealing with rain chances. Well, you see those rain chances pretty much all across those weekend getaway areas as well. And then your Georgia State Park forecast showing that temperatures will be rising into the 80s tomorrow afternoon. Again, dealing with some rain chances. Before you go head out on those trails, always make sure that you're checking the forecast, keeping yourself safe, and get a way to have weather alerts sent to your phone. You can do that with the 11 Alive app. Just head on over to the App Store, download that, and it can keep you updated. So as always, we'll be keeping you updated right here through 11 Alive, not just on our apps and then with the 11 Alive Plus app there from your Roku and Fire TV devices, but also on 11alive.com, on 11 Alive itself on TV, and then on all of our social media channels. Don't forget those dog walking forecasts. I want to see those photos of your dog so I can share them right here on my page, and then also in these weather updates that we do every Wednesday. So that wraps up our weather update for this Wednesday. We'll, of course, have our next one next week at 2:30. Be sure to tune in. And, of course, anytime in between, check 11alive.com. And, of course, right on air, your NBC affiliate here for Northern Georgia. Have a wonderful week. We'll keep you updated on everything right here.